We've just had a look at the KIGA Gallery. What do you think of the exhibition?
Yeah, it's terrific. This exhibition is always a highlight of the Light in Winter, has been for some years now, and it's great to have the gallery's participation in the Light in Winter. This year, of course, the standard and the variety has gone up enormously because of the stimulation of the new KIGA prize, and we're absolutely delighted that Federation Square has been able to partner with Kirra Galleries to make this prize available. So I'm astonished at the scope of the work. I can never quite believe that so many artists are willing to put so much time and effort into a competition. It's a massive amount of work for them, and in such a delicate and taxing medium. So very, very impressed.
And Robyn, you'd see this exhibition today here at the Kirra Galleries with Fed Square as international standard, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I never quite know what, world class, a term that I never use, or international standard is, but from what I can see, the works are absolutely fantastic, and I think will stimulate a lot of discussion. And I just think the variety of conceptual modes that the artists have adopted is very, very interesting. It just shows that glass, I think there's been for a long time a sense that glass is merely decorative and perhaps doesn't have the scope of other genres, but this exhibition absolutely proves that not to be true, that you can go from abstract and conceptual to quite literal, and I think the pieces are, that there's something about the nature of light in glass that seems to make them particularly attractive as pieces that you would want to have wherever you live.
So they're really signature pieces. We see all these apartments going up all over Australia now. We're always told there's hundreds of them being built. But these pieces of work are really signature pieces, aren't they, that you could have?
Yeah, they are. And of course, I mean, many people are still attracted to the painting on the wall. A few more involved in sort of installation sculpture pieces, or indeed starting to have live screen work on the wall, but these have another dimension. So in some of them the light changes and moves, and clearly the ability to put them in a particular place where they illuminate. There's one piece here that actually would alter the spatial concept of your apartment or your home. It's very, very clever. So I think it's got the capacity to do some very interesting things around the domestic space, or indeed the corporate space, or any of those places. You're right in calling it a signature piece. They're all outstanding. They all have immense power. And I think a power to attract, but also a power to warm, and somehow a delightful way of just sitting with them. I've enjoyed this throughout the Light in Winter, actually. The big piece we have at the moment in the square called Radiant Lines. It sort of forces you to sit and watch and enjoy, and I think some of these pieces could do exactly the same on a smaller scale.
And on a final note, the importance of this sort of award, especially in the glass art area, where there's not many awards like this, to emerging artists and established artists. How does that figure for you?
Yeah, the whole matter of competitions is very interesting. I was speaking to a couple of young filmmakers yesterday in an interview, and just asked them the question about what does a competition mean exactly. It's a lot of work, and you always have the heartbreak of not winning in a competition. But what they were saying is that it validates their work. Just to be chosen, it absolutely validates their work. And in some cases, and I'm sure that this would be the case as well, the prize money is in the order of a fairly significant piece of glass artwork. So they will be rewarded for their effort. But in a sense, it gives them, I guess, the means and the materials to create a new piece. But also it's very, very much about saying, well, somebody valued the work. It's not just that I did it and put it in an exhibition and people might have talked about it. There is a measure of value, and I'm surprised how many artists enjoy that. As a singer, I get my validation from applause at the same time. An artist in visual arts doesn't always have that same sense of satisfaction, except I guess for senior artists when they start to get retrospectives and whole shows devoted to themselves. So for an emerging artist in this context, it's absolutely fantastic.
Robyn Archer, thank you very much.